Welcome to Maths with Bob. Today we're looking at surface area and volume, and in particular the cylinder. So let's actually start by drawing a cylinder. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's a circular top, obviously. Okay, comes down. There's a circular base. Okay, obviously, think of it like two circles. So we know the surface area is made up of two circles, and let's actually just give them a radius, say that's the center O, and a radius R, and we know to start with, obviously, it's going to be 2 pi r squared. As you might remember, the area of a circle is pi r squared, so we've got the top and bottom. That's the first part of the surface area. Now, the next part is the unwrapping of the label, if you like to think of it like that, I suppose. Here it is. So this part needs to be I'll slice it down there, if you like, along A and B. Okay. A and B, and we're going to unravel it, you might say, okay, or unwrap it. It's like a label. It will be a rectangle, but let's actually do it. So let's actually first up. Okay, so it goes. Okay, something like this. Okay, so slowly we unwrap it. As we unwrap it, you can imagine we just sort of keep. Well, depending on which way we do it, we can call this A, B, B here, if you like, A, B here, if you want to put A, B there. And obviously, it will join up where we slid it with A and B here as well. Obviously, those two bits will join up. And so, first up, well, let's just fix this up. This looks a bit messy down here. So, obviously, this is going to be a rectangle. Now, obviously, it has to have a height. So, we'd normally, first of all, let's rub this out and just flatten it out a bit more. Okay, so when we flatten it out a bit more, obviously it's going to be turning into a rectangle. Now, okay, so the length along here. Okay, obviously this is the circumference of the circle, right around the edge of the circle, which is 2 pi r. Okay. And the height, well, we don't know what the height is. We normally let the height be some generic value, h. And this is how high, if you like, our cylinder is off the ground. Okay. So this would be h here. And obviously this part, which is a rectangular section, is just going to be, its surface area is going to be, what, 2 pi r h. It will be a rectangle. Okay, this will be equal to this. This will be equal to this, okay. So we have this, if you like, label part of the cylinder, which is actually 2 pi r h. Now we can actually take a factor out of this. We could sort of say that's equal to, if you wanted to, what's that, 2 pi r is a common factor, 2 pi r plus h. Okay. So let's actually just put some values in. Okay, let's quickly put some values in. Okay, so let's actually make the height, say, 10 centimeters. So let's say make this 10 centimeters. Okay, for the height. And let's make the radius, say, r equals, say, 5 centimeters. Okay. So how would we actually find the surface area? Well, if I use the surface area formula here, which is the one above, so it's 2 times pi times the radius, in this case was 5, and then I can just do r plus h, which would be 5 plus 10. Okay. Okay. So what's that? 10 pi times 15, or, okay, 150 pi. This would be that's centimeters squared. So this is the exact, you can see here, this is the exact surface area. Okay, so let's actually just work that out to a couple of decimal places. So you just go to your calculator and go 150 times pi. Okay, 471.24. Okay, 471.24 to 2 decimal places. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, so let's actually now try and work out what the volume of this cylinder is. Okay, so the first thing is, what is the volume formula? Well, the volume formula is like for any right prism. Okay, we just get the uniform cross-sectional area, in this case which is a circle, and multiply it by how far we push it through space, which is h. So the volume formula is very easy. Volume is just AH, basically, for any right prism. And A in this case is, since it's a circle, is pi r squared h. So that's the volume. And let's put the numbers in. Pi times the radius squared, which in this case is 5 squared, times the height, which is 10. And you can see that's 25 times 10, or 250 pi units cubed. In this case, centimeters cubed. Okay, so this is our exact volume. Let's actually just work out what it is corrected to decimal places. So it'll be 250 times pi, okay, which is about 785.4 corrected to decimal places. So it's approximately 785.34. Oh, actually, sorry, 0.40398 actually, centimeters cubed. Right? And you can see here its capacity, for those who want to convert it to capacity, it would be about 785 millilitres to the nearest mill. Okay, so the volume would be 785 millilitres to the nearest mill. Okay, nearest milliliter. Okay, and obviously this is correct to dp. Okay, so you can see the cylinder is fairly easy. It's just basically its surface area is 2 pi r squared plus the label 2 pi rl, which is just a rectangle, and the volume is just the volume formula for right prisms, which is V is equal to AH. In this particular case, A is the area of a circle, pi r squared, so it's pi r squared h for the volume formula for a cylinder. Okay, well, thank you for watching.